Hello everyone, no respawns here. I hope you're doing well and having a grand week. So I'm playing around with this cheerful looking structure today. So this is the Blood Eagle nest. It is awesome. It's very, very raidy. It's just great fun, this. I do quite like this little thing. So for those of you who haven't watched my last two videos, I am here, which is just here, really. It's a nice little area, this. Just south and a bit west of this air purifier and directly north of MS testing site. It's a short jaunt from Welch, basically. When you get up the tracks, you'll see that thing. It's really easy to see. You get the battle bot thing spawns just down there. Is that him? Oh, no, that's just Brahmin from the caravan. That is not Graham, by the way. Great location. Also, I didn't realise that this area always looks the same, no matter what time of day it is. That might just be Texas glitching out, but it's late at night, and I'm actually not having to worry about it being dark, which is pretty... That's dinge, but... Yeah, anyway, let's make something cool, shall we? So I had a couple of ideas. I want to make something quite, I guess, speedy. Because the thing with this build is it... Look, this thing... We're going to be using this, by the way. The thing with this structure, rather, is it's great, but it is one of those things, because you can't really build in it. It is very much just kind of decorating around it and going, okay, this is what it looks like integrated into a camp. So I'm going to be making lots of kind of like junky tire walls and things like that, but I'll do them quite quickly. I was going to use the junk walls, so for those who don't know, I'm referring, of course, to these, which are amazing, however, obviously because they're kind of limited and who can actually access them. I wanted to try and use stuff that at least many people have. I am using the tile walls, but you can just replace them with other bits and pieces. But these are only part of a bundle. So the tile walls you can often get separately, but the junk walls you can't. And plus I used the junk walls in the last two videos. It seems a bit, you know. I can't have that repetition. Plus I wanted an excuse to use these tires again. And also this absolutely... It's just... I mean, just look at that. Look at that. I love it. I love it. Right, so I'm going to do these quite quick. I wanted this to look a little bit more like a bit more of a structured raider base. So the one thing I really like is, those who played Fallout 4, is the idea of raiders who ostensibly look kind of raidery and kind of, you know, kind of basically just savages, but actually have this kind of barbaric organization about them, which I really, really like. And they kind of did it with Fallout 4 with the Nuka World DLC to an extent, where the raiders had a bit more of a structure to them. They weren't just, you know, mindless savages. They're sort of doing that with Fallout 76 as well, with obviously the raiders from the crater versus, you know, the Blood Eagles as an example, which I really, really like. So I kind of like the idea of this being a little bit more formalized in its structure. So for example, we're going to use 3 of them. So this is actually a little bit more like an outpost rather than, you know, just kind of a bunch of raiders who are going to be all murdery and, well, I mean, they are, you know what I mean? But yeah, you know what I mean? I'm going to try and do a little bit of a structure. It's going to be kind of like, there's a little bit of a standardized symmetry here, but something I can whip up quite quick, but also look quite cool. Also, this is not very, really resource intensive, which I really like, which is pretty neat. I'm obviously going to have to scrap some shit in a sec, because I didn't remember to scrap everything before I started. Let's move those in here a little bit, so there's a bit more of a... I'm going to try and use as much of the space as possible. We'll put something in the center as well. It's very flexible. One thing I do like about Fallout 76's building system, it is quite nice to be able to kind of shove things really close to each other. A lot of people complain about it, but in Fallout 4 you literally had to use the select all glitch to get shit really close to it. It was an absolute nightmare. So kudos for at least fixing that one thing. Right, I need to store some stuff because I've got loads of nonsense. It's just mostly junk walls actually, isn't it? It's just all junk walls. Oh, is this all? Oh, I can literally just... I'm going to keep that. Oof, I have lots of walls. Just lots of walls. The great thing actually is about loads of this stuff, I can sort of just slap it down, which is what we're going to do. I've got it already, so might as well. One thing about these little Blood Eagleness is there. Not too bad. Obviously, the fridge is notoriously bad at placing, but you can get things. Yeah, like it's pretty good. I love it when you just get weird shit blueprinted. I'm like, oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah, that's cool. Let's just place these. I should really do this more often, actually. I should use this feature for its intended purpose. That would be a good shout. Yes, I have noticed, by the way, the music has just randomly decided to stop. What of it? Oh, there it goes. Thank you, dear. So for those of you who follow my updates on the channel, vis-a-vis Twitter, I will be getting my new computer very, very soon. Probably before the next Fallout video. So that is going to change a lot on the channel. Notably, these should be in a higher definition. So I don't know if it'll be 4K, but it might be close. It will depend on my TV, actually, to be fair. But everything will look a little bit nicer. Which is going to be quite cheerful, isn't it? Because I've spent an inordinately large amount of money on a new computer. So it better be helpful. Right, this is quite handy. I should do this more often. That sort of works. I'm going to keep that. Don't like that. Don't like that. See, annoyingly, I can't place this down because it needs to be snapped in a correct order. That looks great, but no. God, look at all this stupid nonsense. Just stuck together like a bunch of stupid nonsense. It's quite interesting because I don't really play around with these bits in, like, actually using kind of blueprinted stuff that I've just kind of saved from my last structure, but I really should, because some of it doesn't look half bad, to be honest. I don't like that very much. Right, we've got a load of, I believe, a load of junk walls stored up. Yeah, perimeter rings, there's loads of nonsense. So it's going to be a little bit of a riff on my last settlement, but a little bit different. Mainly because I really like that settlement a lot, and this area kind of suits this exact style. I've got a load of those. See, this is where it's all coming from. This is, you know, it might just be all of these junk fences, but I'm not too sure. Don't hold me on that. Okay, so look at this. It's like a nice little, I like the idea this would be kind of like a meeting point for different raider groups to kind of hash out. I'm going to put a little fire point in the center. Spoiler. Ruined it for you now, didn't I? Honestly, what a knob. So that's why I'm kind of keeping it a little bit, like, there's more symmetry than I would normally have in my videos, but it's kind of sort of like, there's a savage organization, which I quite like. Yeah, that's the whole point. If you've ever read, here's what I'm trying to figure out. If you ever read the Warhammer 40,000 books, like specifically the Gaunt's Ghosts one, this is how I imagine like a Blood Pact base. That's the kind of how I view the Raiders, which for those who don't know, the Blood Pact are basically like kind of like a corrupt, a chaos human kind of, so not Space Marines. The bad guys, the big bad, basically. Except rather than being mindless cultists, they're still cultists, but they've got this kind of like very rigid military organization, which means they do really, really well. And that's sort of like how I envision the Raiders, the more successful Raiders in Fallout. And sort of what I'm doing here. I'm totally gonna have that. There I am, aren't I? Like, why wouldn't I? Let's put my little doorway thing that I love to do all the time first, though, because it looks cool. So about here, I've shown this technique a million times at this point, but if you're like the one person doesn't know what I'm doing, I'm gonna force something to snap in. So that's gonna snap in like that. And let's see, I can't take that one off. But I can take that one off, and take that one off, and then do this, and then do that, and then do that, and then do that. It's all about the builder. I mean, I've showed that technique so many times at this point, I've lost count. it's a lot. I've shown it a lot. Right, so if I just sink this in... Oh, are you going to let me place you that close? Yes, if I get behind you at the right angle. Giggity. That was really vulgar, I'm sorry. Childish. Right, it's not completely centered. Look, they're maybe organised raiders, but they're not perfect, alright? Leave them alone. I might just move that one a little bit to the side. Right, okay. So I sort of just... Yeah, see, I like this thing, because you can sort of just... It's quite generous with its positioning. Like, it's very forgiving. Yeah! So it's like... It's sort of like an amphitheatre kind... Well, no, not the right word, is it? But it's, yeah, like a meeting area. A gathering point. For the raiders to, you know... have fights and generally punch each other a bit. That's because I got all this shit down here, haven't I? Come on, you little shit. Get in there. Okay, that's cool. Oh, just look at that thing! Ooh. It's beautiful. It's just so raidery. But it's also, like, not so overtly raidery that a scavenger settlement wouldn't suit. It's not like... it's not too raidery, basically. Don't do that, you bull bag. That's annoying. I'm playing at that fucking angle, isn't it? Yeah, it's raidery without being overtly so, which is it's just the right kind of big dick energy without being too much. That is the complete wrong way. Sorry, this thing is having a little bit of a session, and not going in where it's meant to. I might just fiddle with it off camera. Oh, god damn it. I promise not to fiddle with it off camera. I will, however, make this look a little bit less silly. God, what's it? What's this? The British Bake Off with the stupid innuendos. Why is it not letting me place that there anymore? Here's the deal, right, Bethesda, and Fallout 76 in general. When something's green, I can place it. If it's red, don't let me place it. If it's green, yeah, don't say then, oh, you can't actually place that. I'm just going to leave that one there, but I'll do this side. And then I'll do the other one off camera. That is my genuine pet hate. Is when it's like, you can't place that. But I'm like, but I can. It says so there on the box. So I got this a while ago. And this is one of the few builds where I'm like, yep, it'll fit in there. Let's have it like, let's have it like here, a bit more angled. It's annoying you can't get a version of it without, because you know having two of them together looks dumb, but like having one of them, however, and then an extra loop would be quite nice. But unfortunately, it's not so nice. I do like merging it with the old love seat. I don't know if it's going to work. You know, I only just realised the reason why it's called love seat is because clearly these people have, like, you know, got nude and left their vault suits there. I only just figured that one out. Okay, so I'm just going to have some normal suits. I think it might actually float. Oh, wait. Ah, no, this sinks. Oh, nice. Alright, if I have it that way, then. Then that thing won't float and look ridiculous. Maybe, we'll see. Right, let's see. So already, I'm going to add a few more details, more than I would normally do. And then we will disappear and actually decorate. So I'm going to add some quick bits and pieces around the outside. You know, it's ages until I realised you could snap these on here. Had no idea. Right, so let's put some reinforcements on the exterior as well. Make these look a little bit more chunky, but not too chunk. You know, I might just integrate this one so it's... It's raining a bit, I don't know if you've noticed. Sorry about that. It does add to the aesthetic, actually, so it's alright. Sort of suits things when you're building some kind of depressing wasteland raider camp, doesn't it? I'm quite pleased that we can actually now make something which is suitably raidery, and all it took was some spiky huts and nonsense like that. Right, okay. You can get in there because you're floating a little bit. I can see you. Let's put... I really wish we could place these freestanding. It really annoys me that we can't do that. I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed. I'm also a little bit mad, I'll be honest. Well, thank you for that, rain. Rather short little interval there. You know, I could just... Would that look stupid, or does it need to be? That's me going, maybe. That's my oh maybe noise that I make. I don't know if you thought it was obvious. Right, let's put some spiky bits on the top. And then we will... go and do a bit more off-camera decoration. A little cheerful raider meeting point. These actual walls work really, really well. Can I put some actual punji boards on them in a sec? And it does actually stop the NPCs. They get hurt on them, especially the taller ones. The little ones obviously are ball baggy and just teleporting anyway. Sorry if you can hear that ambulance. Probably straighten these off camera a little bit. And yes, I am going to add liplets to the sides, don't you worry. This is all part of like a little bit of a thing. I need to equip home defense. Right, so far, let's have a look. See, also I do look quite raidery as well. So we've added a nice little, quite a quick actually, watch this one. You know what I mean? Like if I could get up here actually. I'm glad that doesn't hurt you. So the idea being is I've got this kind of small little communal raider outpost. That's the idea. This is multiple raiders. You know, this is where you'd kind of... This isn't just someone's base. This is actually where the raiders will disappear off. But they will have, like, you know, 6 or 7 of them kind of packed in. I'm going to have 6, so 2 in each of the things. Right, let me just disappear off, give this a nice little decoration, and we'll take a look-see. And we're done. Pretty pleased by this. What I think I tried to do with this one is keep with the aesthetic and theme of the Raiders. So I've resisted the urge to kind of go overboard with colourful stuff. And so it is exceptionally dinge, as you will see. I might actually use the photo mode for this one, just because I think it will give us a nice... Like, you know what I mean? That does look like... firstly, good thumbnail there. That has a distinctive Raider vibe to it. Like, I really tried to dial back the overt colourfulness, which kind of characterises Fallout 76 quite a bit, and would kind of be detrimental to a kind of Raider camp vibe. I did also remove those little spiky bits on the top, because I've got Punk over here, and he kept getting hurt. I also added this tree in there, even though it never really fits anywhere, but it looks neat, so there's that. So I kept it, you know, respectably junky. I quite enjoyed making these. This one, to be honest, I've still got to move that camp, pretend that's not there. This one sort of just came together. It was quite nice. It does help. I've obviously built in this area quite recently, so I was like, oh, okay, I get the layout, but it looks like a raider camp. The whole idea with this isn't where you go to grow your food. This is where it's like a launch point for kind of like a further outpost for the crater. You know, they don't necessarily live here. They'll just hang out here for a while, maybe a few days, maybe even a couple of weeks, but not overtly very long. You may notice I don't have a loo. It just never really fits. The portaloo just never really can find a place to put it. I do wish we would be able to get robot settlers which aren't just, you know, Patrectrons gathering. I wouldn't mind to just have some actual guards. That would be quite neat. And I've also got Punk here. Reporting back, and it's kind of like shabby but satisfying, which was the whole look. Let's get up here because I think it looks it just looks, it's quite a nice little, I like it. It's open, but also it's got a nice raider aesthetic to it. This I'm quite pleased with this one. I would say I'm beating this phrase into the ground, but it sort of just works, you know what I mean? And it does. It sort of just works, which I'm quite pleased by. Anyway, I hope you guys got a few ideas from that. Let's look at how cool those little stands work. Those on their own just kind of bring an entire raider settlement together. It's quite cool. Anyway, as always, follow me on Twitter at norespawns, respawns, not we spawns. We'll have new videos up soon. As mentioned, I do get my new computer soon, so hopefully, for starters, just kind of higher quality videos, but also I'll be able to stream, which will be cool, and in 1080p, potentially in 4K, which would be pretty sexy. But until that point, you guys enjoy the rest of your week, and I'll speak to you lovely bunch soon. You take care.